Hello everybody, Brios here, and today we're looking at one of the strats you can use in Cannon Network, and we call this the Delta-5 push. And as you can see, game mode is Domination, and for this strat you have to start as Team 2, which is the strongest side. And well, most of the time this works, and the reason is, if you look at Delta-5 here, the key thing about this strat is this line here. The center of Delta-5, there's a corner, and that's crucial for this strat. So when you start from Team 2 side in the north, it's really good to go left, and well, you can send your long range boys to Junkyard. There's this area around Charlie 5, Charlie 6. Lots of cover, good sightlines. You can see almost everything on the right side of the map. If you can't have range, or you don't have range, you can hit to the area just above the Delta-5. There's a hill here, and you can pop that over there. If you play as per normal, that's where most people go. And finally, you can send another group here to the top of Delta-5, and there's some rocks here, you get high ground. And this part is pretty important because you can not only have a good sightlines to the whole enemy, you can shoot into the circle. And what you should not do actually in this map, if you don't make calls, what really happens is you see in the yellow arrows here, without calls, most people will go right into the center here, going straight down south towards the circle. And do take note, in Domination, circle is the worst spot on the map. And when you're in the middle, low ground, everybody stands on the hills and they just farm you stupidly. So don't do that. So these three spots, as you can see in the blue squares, are the best spots to move towards at the start of the map. And a simple call like, let's go left guys, typically works, assuming the team is willing to cooperate. As for Team 1, the opposing side, this is actually the weaker side. We'll talk about what the other team normally does if you start as Team 2. So this is in quick play, by the way. Hopefully the enemy team just goes straight into the middle. That's straight into Delta-4 low, where you can just shoot them from Delta-5 high. Some groups also go to Delta-5, normally the fast, lights, and the medium. So if you move to the blue squares, you normally meet the fast movers here. You probably can get 1 or 2 kills if you're lucky. Or those with range like Shadowcats tend to go towards Delta-5. There are some rocks on the far east, so just look for those 2 spots. And if you don't stop them, they'll move up to the next spot here. And as you can see at the next spot above Delta-5, that's the Charlie 6 area. That is pretty important. The high ground in Delta-5 are also enemy tends to come there. So as you can see, this is the initial points of contact, the red circles, that's where they tend to be. Do take note, after a while the enemy team tends to rotate downwards into the circle, because circle and try to flank into Charlie 4. So always as you're fighting from the blue areas, look out to the right side for flankers up coming into Charlie 4. But the main fight is along the black line in Delta-5, Delta-6. If you can cross the black line, you've more or less won. And assuming the enemy is holding, if you are in Junkyard, I love Junkyard by the way, and you have range, the purple dotted line shows you the sightlines, you can blast everybody, and it's a good spot if you have range. If you don't have range, you can go towards the other 2 squares. And if you're uncontested, those in Junkyard, assuming that you're doing better this team, you can move forward to this area, Charlie 5, Charlie 6. And let me change to the correct color square. Yep. And you can push those guys in the overlapping red circle. This is also a good spot. And from there, you can shoot into Delta-5, into Echo 5, which I'll talk about later. And this will allow the team in the other 2 blue squares to move up to cross the line at Delta-5. And once you cross that corner, in Delta-5, you've more or less won, to be really honest. And enemy tends to fall back. And that's where you just farm them. Because in Delta-5, Echo 5, above the river, on the left, it's just all open terrain. And sometimes in a desperate move to flank you, they all drop down into Delta-4 low, and you can shoot them. And by this time, hopefully your team has done well and you should be winning, and then just mop up. So that's when I call Delta-5 high ground. Everybody just goes up to the high ground, shooting into the Domination circle. And do take note, you don't really have to hold the circle. You'll see in the gameplay later, some poor sort tried to hold the circle. You can just shoot into the circle, and that will stop cap for 10 seconds. So that's basically the Delta-5 strat. The blue areas are for the Team 2, while the red areas are for Team 1. And as I just annotated Echo 5, that's actually a really strong spot, the big multiple circles in Echo 5 because enemy tends to have range there. So that's normally the last spot to contest. So as the enemy is falling back at its mop-up time, you'll see long-range boys like dire wolves with ER large lasers in Echo 5. And your team takes the high ground, shoots everybody in the low ground in Delta 4 as they fall down, and the rest can just shoot those in Echo 5. That's then of course an ideal case, the purple dot showing your sightlines. That's of course in an ideal case, but it's a good idea. It requires people to fight the team too, and that's always a problem because teams are very passive. They have no trust in the rest of the team, and they just don't know how to take fire and hold good ground. So that's it, ladies and gents, for the Delta-5 push on Canyon Domination. And I'll touch some gameplay to show this strat executed perfectly. Let's go. And here I am in the Nightjar H with the dual hack 30 laser vomit build. Builds like this are overperforming, and it'll be nerfed in November. Hack 30 is getting 3 more heat each, so dual hack 30s will get 6 more heat. That's substantial. And also cool shots will get nerfed in November. Instead of a short-term massive heat dissipation, the heat dissipation will be the same but spread out over 7 seconds. All this to curb the massive alphas in the game. So anyway, back to the game. Since I have range, I'm going to Junkyard as I mentioned. One target there which I totally fluff. If you look at the minimap, we have 2 friendly assaults from my left. Delta 5 already. From my lance holding the middle. Charlie 4. Puggies always are not comfortable heading left. There they come. Echo 5 heading towards Delta 4. Delta 5, Echo 5. Yeah, heading towards Delta 5. One friendly marauder on my left, holding there. Team is a bit slow forming up. This is typical of quick play. They're not comfortable going left, avoiding the circle. As I said, you can always come in later to the circle. Since they're not contesting me, I'm going to move up to the next spot. A bit further into Charlie 6. See this rock here? It provides cover. Marauder and I were using it. Team's don't a bit... around the corner, Delta 5. Oh, there they go. They always peek there. New target acquired. Hotel? Arctic Wolf? Right torso? Yeah, the Arctic Wolf got halved.
One light mag,
they always make that mistake. Doesn't matter, we need more guns shooting the big boys. Yeah, team is being distracted by something on the right. As I said, you gotta adapt. This game requires people to shoot. So if people are not shooting, you can hold your ground, pull back a bit. This guy gets over aggressive, that death strike. My team is smelling blood right now.
I thought SC4 go to B5.
But they are moving slowly. Direwolf left torso open. Delta 5. Trade well, guys. The idea is to basically let the enemy peek. Why make mistakes when you can make them make mistakes? And there goes the Dire. Dire goes down. Team is spending blood now. One assault and the Marauder moving up. Look at the angles. If you move, if I move back, once I move to the left, you can see the angles. You have a big rock just to my left that provides cover. And if you shoot well like this, you get about 3 max with me. If you trade well, they will fall back. And we just lost one assault who decided to hang around in Charlie 4. He did a 0 bomb. What a waste. Yeah, your mech is a total waste. Imagine not shooting in a shooting game. Anyway, 2-1. There's quite a bit of attrition. Echo 5 slope, we got a target. There's quite a bit of attrition in this game. But if like this team, you have balls and you decide to shoot, like this Banshee, you can do a lot. And here they are falling back. See this rock here on my right where the Banshee is? Once you come around this rock, you can see the whole enemy team set up in Delta 5. And you just farm them, like what I'm doing to this Death Strike. He's taking too much fire from about 4 max. And he goes down. Go around the corner, guys, it's 5-2. Take the high ground. Yep, 5-2. Superior position, game is more or less 1. Oh, that's a nice Nova Cat. Dual hack 40s. Look at the team move forward. Yeah, as I said in the talked earlier, they will
High
tend
ground
to...
time.
Target
Let's end
destroyed.
this.
New
They'll tend to
target
fall back.
acquired.
They'll tend to fall back and fall down into Delta-4. Once they do that, just take the high ground. Game is won. A few casualties, but that's fine.
New target acquired.
If you worry about the circle,
100%.
you can actually head to Delta-5 and step into the
a
circle
fucking
from there.
Excel Night Star.
Target destroyed.
What the Assault did right at the beginning of my team,
Acquired.
Why not? Seriously, it's pretty good.
he just stood in Charlie 4. A lonely mech is a dead mech. So that's it. Shrel 4 victory. Very well done, team. This team performed this perfectly. So that's the Delta-5 push, done really well by this particular team. And of course, this mech is overly tuned. 1089 damage. 1 kill only, but 638 match score. But everybody did pretty well, except for the 0 bomb. Well, have faith, listen, shoot well, and yeah, shoot in a shooting game. So ladies and gents, that's the Delta-5 push on Canyon. I hope you enjoy it. Give it a try. Anyway, till next time guys, have fun. Ciao.